has benefited me in a way that I have lost around 12 kgs in the lockdown
Oh,
only by exercise and having a healthy diet.
hello viewers. Welcome to another chat show on the Connect TV series. Today we have Dr. Tushar Rane, who is a GP and a renowned a doctor. Today we are going to discuss with him on the lockdown blues, about which we're all familiar. Doctor, to start with, the lockdown has given us. It was a kind of people thought it's a boon. कि ठीक है बहुत दिनों के बाद आराम मिल गया. We can sit at home, we can work
True.
as we want, But then after say a month or so, the fun element has gone. The happiness has slowly started turning into a headache in many ways. Number
Correct.
one, the people trying to adjust with the professional life, with the domestic life, family life, and things like that. Plus, also it has started creating a lot of health issues. In the sense, one is used to go out for the early morning walk, like me, morning walk or evening walk. So these kind of problems also have started coming in. People have started
True.
gaining weight, so all the problems started. So to initially, to kickstart the discussion, what do you think should be the advice to the people who are forced with this lockdown syndrome, Dr. Rani?
See, as you said, in the initial few days, it was a boon to people and very good holiday. On what happened is being at home constantly brings in its own issues. So the first issue that I would like to tell is a sedentary lifestyle. So people started getting used to that sedentary lifestyle and being at home, not going on their regular office work, or you can say their regular walk or exercises,
Yeah,
made them a little lazy. And because of this sedentary lifestyle, they started getting various diseases, because primarily due to obesity. So obesity started to set in. So since the last 1 year, we are almost in a lockdown situation. And because of the sedentary lifestyle, because of the work from home status, people have gotten used to this sedentary lifestyle and started getting obese. And especially in the number of diabetics, they have started to grow because of this lifestyle, the change in lifestyle that we have had.
yeah.
So obesity is also a risk factor for diabetes mellitus. So the number of cases for diabetes have also slowly gone up.
In the existing diabetics, their must case also got complicated.
True. See, in diabetes, 50% of the treatment is usually left with the patient, whereas the patient has to follow a regular diabetic diet and have a regular exercise schedule.
Yeah.
So during this lockdown, the diet as well as the regular exercise schedule has gone for a toss. So eventually, what has happened is even with an adequate medical management, these diabetic patients are not being controlled to the optimum, and therefore the number of diabetic cases are on the high.
Okay. And what other issues and this not only work from home, but study from home for the students, youngsters, particularly for even the junior KG students to till the postgraduate and the researchers, people have glued to the screen, and they must have created a lot of eye-related issues also.
Yes. In addition, I would like to share that there is some amount of depression as well. Depression due to sedentary lifestyle, staying at home, and depression secondly because people are not going to work. People are losing their jobs. People are not getting used to the lifestyle that they were. That means they were going to work on a regular basis. Now they are sitting at home. Many people have lost their jobs, and this change in lifestyle has suddenly brought in some depression amongst the people, some habit related issues. So that is one issue. Secondly, yes, age related in children. Even my child, he's a 7-year-old. He used to regularly go to schools. Now children are studying at home. They are attending online classes because of the sedentary lifestyle. The students, the small children, they have started eating a heavy diet, uncontrolled diet, and which is leading to obesity. And secondly, they are not able to go outside to play their regular games. That is also increasing their obesity. Then childhood related habits, like they have started sitting on mobile phones. They have started playing games which have which is spoiling their eyesight, causing dryness of eyes and irritability. So this is posing a major challenge in households, wherein as to how to change over the children from mobile phones to regular games, but avoiding going outside, playing outdoor games. How to manage them inside is a new challenge that we are facing.
So, doctor, you look very fit and slim and fit. How do you manage your health, despite with all these pressures?
Right, I'll tell you. See, firstly, one needs to adjust yourself to your surroundings. Secondly, you need to have a determination to achieve your goals. So, what I have done in the last 1 year, in fact, the lockdown has benefited me in a way that I have lost around 12 kgs in the lockdown, only by exercise and having a healthy diet.
Ever wondered as to what is that particular diet that will help you in losing your weight? Hi, I am Dr. Tushar Rane, a consulting physician from Mumbai. There is no such particular diet that will bring down your weight, but some dietary and lifestyle modifications do help to a certain extent in losing a significant amount of your body.
I am a marathon runner, and I run at least 7 to 10 kilometers 2 to 3 times in a week. Secondly, I have opted for a vegetarian diet and tried as much as possible to avoid non-veg food in the last 1 year.
Where do you run? Because you can't go outside. So
True. So the first thing that I said, you need to adapt to your surroundings. So what I have done is, instead of running outside, I have been doing spot jogging.
Okay.
Spot jogging in a single room. Okay. So one can achieve this by self-motivation and a regular practice. So this can be done. And secondly, for weight reduction or just to remain fit, you need to achieve two things. One is 75% diet control, 25% is exercise. So good news for those who are those lazy people is diet constitutes 75% of for weight reduction and 25% only for in case of exercise.
Okay. No, but diet control, it doesn't mean that people should be fasting and skipping their food, skipping their meals.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. So one needs to have a proper healthy diet. You need to adequately have your food, but whatever food you have, you need to select it appropriately. So it should not so happen that every diet should have one dessert. So you need to control your eating habits, and what food, the selection of food has to be proper.
Eat fruits rather than fruit juices. Fruits contain more fiber and less sugar as compared to an equal amount of a fruit juice, which helps in proper digestion and to maintain proper metabolism in your body. Also, whole grains, nuts and seeds are rich in fiber.
See, you need not go for any artificial recipes and formulas. Whatever is there at home is quite adequate for your dietary purposes.
Okay.
What basically you need to include is vegetables, green leafy vegetables. More greener, the more better. Fruits, all kinds of fruits, orange and red fruits are better.
Yeah.
Third is nuts, all kinds of non-salted nuts. Fourth is you need to reduce your rice content to a certain extent and switch over to chapatis in your diet.
Switch over to
Then
wheat.
legumes, pulses have to be included.
No, you said cut
Sorry?
down on the rice. You said cut down
Wheat,
on the
yes, wheat.
and go for wheat, etc., or jawar and bajra.
See, now there are types of rice. So I am referring to the white rice that we usually eat. But if you are having parboiled rice, that is, or the Kerala rice that we get in the market, that is a better alternative to the white rice that we have.
And what about the red rice?
So
what about the red rice?
Red rice is also a good option, but red rice is a good option. But the issue is that excess of anything will harm you.
Yes.
So all the food that you eat increases your dietary calories and your sugars.
Yeah.
So you need to restrict yourself to those foods which increase your sugar level to a specific extent. Avoiding sabudana, khichdi, and
sabudana is available.
Yes. See, I always give an example to my patients. If in a vati you include, in one vati you take sugar and the second vati you take sabudana khichdi, your blood sugar levels tend to be on the higher side if you are eating sabudana khichdi as compared to sugar. So even if sabudana khichdi is not sweet enough, then too sabudana khichdi is bound to increase your blood sugar level to a higher extent, just because the sugar content in sabudana khichdi is higher. So you need to select your foods with a low glycemic index. So there is something that is called as glycemic index of foods, in which every food is having a particular concentration of sugars. So according to the glycemic index of foods, you need to select your food in your diet. So what is advisable is a diabetic diet. Diabetic diet is an ideal diet, even if you are not a diabetic. Then avoiding fried food, foods full of oil, ghee, spicy foods.
Okay.
So these are the last things. Milk and milk products are good for your health.
Okay.
Dairy, bakery products. Bakery products like khari, toast, butter, biscuits, cakes with cream. So these tend to increase your blood sugar levels to a higher extent, which need to be avoided. Yeah. So these things, if you like for example, desserts. Most of the desserts, as we all know, increases your blood sugar levels.
Yeah.
So one needs to restrict your eating habits to a certain extent, and you cannot go beyond that. And
so
if you are
the sweet kind of a dessert, like whether it is ice cream, whether it is a chocolate related thing, maybe once or twice a week it's okay, but not beyond that. What do you say?
Right. And even if you are having them in excess, one needs to note that thing, that you have had this thing in excess, and you need to cut down on those calories by regular exercise. So it is always advisable. It is always advisable that you walk beyond the age of 60 years. Brisk walking is advisable. Below the age of 60 years, I would always advise the people to at least try and do aerobic exercises, which include swimming, skipping, cycling, running, jogging, elliptical, rowing, or any outdoor games.
These kind of
so one needs to have that habit.
Yeah, because these exercises that involve jogging, etc. I mean, people above 60 can't do it. Obviously, it will hurt their bones.
True. So for them, it is advisable that at least you keep doing regular brisk walking.
Yeah.
Yes.
And see, the existing diabetic patients, they have been advised to, like I am a diabetic, type 2 diabetic. I've been told to have a lot of vitamin D. In the sense, go for a sun, early morning sun or late evening sun.
Right.
But today I
Right.
can't
Right.
do that. So what do you advise for people like me? Where do you get my vitamin D from?
Right. As much as possible, if it is not possible to go outside, I would not recommend you to go outside.
Yeah.
But we are having prescription drugs, vitamin D available in the pharmacy stores that we can pop in every weekly, so as to sustain the stores in our body.
Okay.
So one need not necessarily go out. And secondly, even if we are not in the lockdown, we are not sufficiently exposed to sunlight, because exposure to sunlight requires our skin to be exposed. And most of the time when we move out of our homes, we are either wearing a full shirt or we are wearing a full pant. But what I recommend is, at least in the city, when you don't see the sun most of the times. Most of the times, what happens is people go to their offices before sunrise and leave their offices after sunset. So what I advise these people is, at least every year, get a course of vitamin D of 60,000 unit weekly for 12 weeks done, so that you need not suffer from low vitamin D levels. See, vitamin D comes in in units. So it comes as 6,000 units. It comes as 60,000 units.
Okay.
So 60,000 units once a week for 12 weeks is enough to replenish the stores of vitamin D in our body. You need not take a injection course for vitamin D as well. So a simple oral course will do.
So you refer to that the sachet that you get, that you mix in water.
You get vitamin D in the form of sachets. You get vitamin D in the form of liquid, in the form of capsules, so in the form of sprays. So there are many forms. It depends on the patient's choice as to what kind of vitamin D one needs to have.
This is as far as the physical issues are concerned. You exercise, you jog, you do sport jogging, etc.
Right.
What about the mental tensions?
True. Because of the lockdown, like I've told you, people have started going into depression.
Yeah.
And stress because many people have lost their jobs. Tension whether their regular routine is going to start or not. How long is this lockdown going to stay? So these are the stressors in life. But like I've told you, one needs to adapt to it. I have seen many people when they have lost their jobs, they have now started doing stockbroking.
Yes.
And started trying to earn from that place. Secondly, this is basically
Big Bull must have given them the inspiration.
The best thing about the human race is they are adapting. They can adapt easily to change in the environment.
Correct.
Which is a good thing about our race. Secondly, if you are in stress, if you are going into depression, try to listen to music. Try to have a hobby at home itself. Obviously, you cannot move out of home. So try to develop a hobby. Like many times, like what I have done is I have started a YouTube channel. And I have started putting health information so that people are aware of new things, what is going on around the world about coronavirus. So one needs to develop your hobby, think about what you can do by staying at home, and accordingly try to keep your brain engaged in certain activities so that you don't feel apart from the rest.
Okay. And finally, doctor, a lot of my friends have been asking about this consumption of alcohol. People are used to drinking. So how much of it is safe? How much of it is not safe in this particular lockdown period?
I would always advise not to take alcohol
at all.
It is not about It is not about being safe or unsafe. It is about healthy living and healthy practices. So having a sip of alcohol is not, I will not say it's not safe, but it is not healthy.
Okay.
So one needs to restrict. If at all you are consuming alcohol, you need to restrict the amount of alcohol that you consume. Firstly, because see, if you are consuming alcohol to a higher extent, and you need any hospitalization, if God forbid,
Yeah.
then it is difficult in these times
That's
to
risky.
even get hospitalized.
That is risky.
And plus it is risky to move out of their homes, and unnecessarily you get exposed to COVID-19 disease, and the rest of the things follow. So it is always preferable. Prevention is always better than cure. So why not avoid what is not needed and try to concentrate on the basic things that are needed in life to sustain life, basically.
That is true.
Summarize. Choose your food wisely in an appropriate quantity. Eat on time. Drink lots of water. Go to bed early. Exercise regularly and keep yourself refreshed always.
So I think basic one word, 1 point lesson from this chat from Dr. Rane's talk is viewers, it's stay healthy and stay safe.
True. Right.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time, and we'll keep getting back
Thanks
to
a
you.
lot.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a
Namaste.
lot. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Namaste.
Thank you very much for watching the Connect TV channel. We are sure you liked our coverage. Please subscribe to the Connect TV by pressing the bell icon. Please subscribe by pressing the bell icon. Thank you very much.